Hey beauties, and welcome back to Beauty and Cherie.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to blow you up.
Today, in today's video, I would like to talk to you guys about a download that I received from God. I believe I spoke about this one before, but I don't know if it was on my YouTube channel. And this is perfect timing for everything that's currently happening. It's a brand new year, but I understand that a lot of people still may be facing adversities and trials and tribulations from last year. And I am here to let you guys know that it's always darkest before dawn, and you will receive your breakthrough really, really soon. So a lot of times, you guys, on this journey with God, we receive a lot of spiritual warfare. Let's keep it a buck. It's a lot of spiritual warfare that comes with it. And a lot of times, it really is just about character building and character development, and just determining your faith overall, because a lot of the times when it's dark and you cannot see, a lot of times when it's dark and you can't see, then you don't really know what's gonna happen or what's coming, or like it's just out of your control. And a lot of times, especially in today's society, this generation, we're so used to having things at an instant, so it's like when it comes to things that we can't control, a lot of times, it's scary to us, because it's like if it's something that we can't see, or we're not certain, or we don't know for sure what's going to happen or what the outcome is going to be, a lot of times it can discourage us, and like our faith starts to waver, and we start to doubt, and we start to just, especially when our reality isn't looking as though the things that we've been working for and praying for and just manifesting towards, and like just it's not even looking close to anything that you desire. So a lot of times we can get easily discouraged within that. That's why God says walk by faith and not by sight, because a lot of times when we are just walking by sight, we can easily get blinded by our circumstances and our situations that we're currently going through. And a lot of times God is using those circumstances and situations just so he can see how much faith you have in him, because it is within those hardships and adversities and trials and tribulations that we discover who we are in God and through God, because we are not strong on our own. Like, yes, we can overcome things, and it strengthens us and build us, but it's all through the glory of God. And he just wants us to lean on him, because it's like a stubborn child. Like, when you turn 18 and you're not getting along with the parent anymore, if you're living with them, or the guardian that you're staying with, because you're of a certain age and you just don't see eye to eye anymore. Because honestly, a lot of times, y'all, it be because the teenager be thinking they know. The teenager be thinking that they know everything, and a lot of times the parent be knowing what's best, but parents really don't get free will like God does, because God knows how fast he can sit down and humble us. But a lot of times, the parents will try their best to control the child. Everybody have different parenting styles, but sometimes the parent will try their best to control the child. Sometimes the parent will just say, try and try until they can't try no more. But a lot of times the teenager thinks that I'm of this age now, so I don't really care, I don't have to listen to you, I know best, or like you can't control me anymore. Like, it's just a rebellion thing, so I feel like a lot of times it's like that with us and God. And it's not that we're always like intentionally being rebellious. It's not like we're just saying, oh God, like I don't care what you say, like I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like, it's not always that. Like, sometimes we think that we're doing what's best for us, but we're not seeking him. And that's where we lose sight, because it's like if we're doing everything in our own strength and our own minds and our own will and our own desires and ourself and just in our independence, it's like then you're not seeking the Lord for anything. So it's just like, okay, I choose this relationship, I choose this path, I choose that, and whatever comes with it is you know, like God still loves his children. He still protects his children within circumstances, but it's like God is not forceful. So he'll kind of like hint at warning signs or maybe red flags, or like just like letting you know that this is not the thing for you, the place for you, or the people for you. But if you decide this is what I want to do anyway, he's gonna be like, okay. You know, God is just he's free will, so he will allow you to do what it is that you want to do if you feel like you're so right. But the only thing about going outside of God to obtain things is you have to stay outside of him in order to keep those things. You know, so that's up to you. If you want to, go outside the Lord and get your riches and get your success and get your relationship and get your things, or if you rather be in his will, because a lot of times, even with, walking ahead of the Lord, and trying to go before him, a lot of the times, we are blind. He can see beyond. He created us. He know our whole entire life from the day we're born to the day we die and leave this earth and transition to where we're going next. He knows the whole entire storyline. We only know what we know, and what we assume based off like the habits we may have, or like the circumstances we're on, who we surround ourselves by, and the things that we're striving for. But even in that, I don't know if you all have ever heard of the saying, God is laughing while we're busy making other plans. Because a lot of times in my life, I've experienced like making plans, and it's not that I was ever doing anything wrong at this point in my life, but I definitely wasn't putting God first in all I did. I was just living, trying to make my checks and take my trips and live my life and do what I want to do, because I was trying to excel to a goal that somebody else had reached, and I was comparing myself to them. So I was trying to hurry up and get to where they was at, instead of focusing on myself and God, and just allowing him to lead me. And all I did, I just was pretty much just seeing whatever I saw on social media and flocking to it, like most people do in this day and age. People see, oh, look at them person, look at that, look at what they doing, I can do that too. Which, I mean, it's a great mindset to have. Like, I think it's a beautiful thing to be ambitious and to strive for our goals, like, but as long as it's something you're doing for you and you're not trying to be just like anybody else, you're in your own lane. I feel like it's important, because God, he creates these avenues as to where it's like our own lane. Like, we cannot be replaced. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people in positions like Beyonce and Rihanna, like, and not even just celebrity artists, but actors, Angela Bassett, and like, Taraji P, and just different, I can name different people that come to mind, like poets, and even Maya Angelou. Like, these types of people can't be duplicated. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even gonna lie, like even Nicki Minaj, I know it's a whole controversy with her and Cardi B. This ain't about that. This is about the Lord right now. But certain time, like the even what she has to bring to the table, all those different multiple personalities and da da da, no matter what people say about her, she's still relevant to this day. And it's because a lot of times when you're moving, and I'm not, and listen, I know the whole Hollywood music industry has its own thing going on, but my point in saying that is, when God creates a lane for you, it's going to be just for you. So it's not going to be something that you're easily replaced or replaceable, or somebody can just hurry up and take your spot. A lot of times God will hold spaces for you in certain places until you're ready to get there. God, a lot of times we think that we're waiting on God, but God is waiting on us. And so because of that, it's jobs and it's careers and it's paths already with your name on it. It's just, when are you ready? When are you going to be ready to get there? When are you going to show God that discipline and that obedience and learn how to be your authentic self? Because a lot of people are out here just trying to just copy and paste other people. I don't care what religion you're following or what you're doing in your life. I feel like the most important thing is just making sure you're being your most authentic self, because it doesn't matter. The most people that you see that are successful are being and putting forth their authentic selves. Now, a lot of times, I wanted to say earlier and I skipped over it, a lot of times, people can become successful without God when they go outside of him or stay outside of him to, serve their flesh and their, needs, and they like, I just want to be successful. I just need to build this for my family, and I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to focus on my career, and I'm going to do this, and that's fine. But the scripture does say, put God first and all will be added onto you. So that means by simply seeking God and showing discipline and showing up and being obedient, you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to strive. And I'm not saying you don't have to work so hard, like, because it's hard work. Don't get me, whew, baby, sweating, baby, sweating, blood, sweat, and tears, honey. Like, it's definitely hard, being on God's team. Like, I'm not saying it's not a pleasure and an honor and like, I would choose it every lifetime, but it's not easy. It's not an easy walk at all, but a lot of times when you're walking with Satan, it appears easier, even though you face your controversy here and there. You getting your materialistic needs met, so it don't seem like you're in need of anything until you are. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you can get that short-term success, but how long is it going to last for? How are you going to sustain those things? Like, it's not just about getting them. It's about sustaining them. I was just thinking about Fetty Wap earlier because I was working out and I was listening to one of those songs in my workout, and I was like, dang, I remember that point in time where Fetty Wap was on, and then it dawned on me when a bunch of different people was on at one point and they was popping off, and how they're no longer even relevant. People don't even talk about them anymore. It's not that we don't remember them or know who they are, but it's like it was such a brief moment in history. Like, Fetty Wap was on for maybe 2 to 3 years, and then it was raps. Like, he got locked up and tossed out. Like, but that's what comes with getting things outside of God, is it comes with a lot of temporary and fleeting what is it? It comes with fleeting success, fleeting validation, fleeting what's the other word I'm looking for? It'll come to me. I know exactly what I want to say, but if for some reason it won't roll off my tongue. But the satisfaction is fleeting. It's temporary. It's not sustainable at all. Versus when you get success and you get your career, your relationship, and things that you're striving for and praying for through God, that is eternal, baby. That is, and not to say you won't face adversities and challenges still, but the foundation is God, so he's able to get you through all of those things in a mightyful way. I don't even know if that's a word. Is mightyful a word? I probably just made that up. But he's able to get you through situations in a mighty way. You get what I'm saying? Versus you just trying to do it on your own strength, and you being married without God, in a relationship without God, in a career without God. It's a lot more on you because it's a lot of pressure on you. You're not putting it. Look, all my burdens is on God. Like, God, you got it. Like, you told me to walk it, come do this, and I did that, so the rest is yours. And I feel like, a lot of the times people struggle with that trust because they lack that trust in themselves. And they like, how I'm supposed to just trust something I can't see. Well, that's the point of faith, baby. Like, I don't know how much, if you look up the word faith, and if you know the scripture that I just stated a few minutes ago, it's not about what you can see. It's about what you truly believe in your heart. So I feel like a lot of times, we get discouraged because, our outside isn't always matching up to what we desire, but we must understand that even the adversities coming up in our lives, it's proof that it's working, because it's always darkest right before dawn. It always seems like things are falling apart right before a blessing comes. So it's all about how you handle the situation, and it's just showing God that you've grown and developed in a whole new way. And just really, having that discipline and that hunger for God, not just for your goals, not just for these fancy things, but just to get closer to God, just to know him more. Because when you honestly, truly get closer to his word and his daily bread, and you just get a more understanding and more love and more compassion for him, then you can really see that all that he does for us, even when we can't see it, it's all out of love. Even the bad things, like, it's all out of love. Like, because a lot of times, like I said, we'll think we know everything, and we'll start to take that wrong path in life, and I'm good without God. And sometimes they gotta snatch us on back, like, baby girl, wrong way. And sometimes what that snatching looks like ain't so pretty all the time. Sometimes you gotta go through different trials and tribulations in your life that may affect your financial stability, may affect your relationships, may affect your whatever, may affect your relationships with people that you have. Like, I don't know if I just said that, but the point is, it be real stuff happening, and it's to the point where sometimes we like, dang God, am I in your favor? Like, what's going on? Like, but it's just what the enemy wants you to perceive it. Like, it's all about perception at the end of the day. You have to learn how to change that. Once you change your perception, you can really understand God in a whole new way, because what you really have to do is ask God to renew your mind. And once your mind is renewed, you can move forward in a different way, even when adversities come up, because this is life, baby, and we are living on planet Earth. So adversities will always come up. It's never going to be a moment in time where you just like, oh, a piece of cake, I don't need God. Like, even when you become successful, even when you get the things that you pray for, you still going to need God, because it's never going to get easier. Like, just living life is never going to get easier. Like, it's always going to be a challenge. It's always going to be like when you get married, then you have those marital adversities. When you have a child, then you have the adversities with being a parent, because all of these things are tests. It's constant growth. It's a constant evolution. We are always changing, always growing, and always just looking to be better. So it's like, with that being said, then how could we just get the marriage and like, okay, God, got the marriage, all right, peace, like, okay, good luck to you in that, but I don't know about it, like, what I'm saying? But when you have God, not only he blessed your marriage, but he's in the midst of it, like you have a praying partner, baby, that's gonna be hard to shake that foundation, honey. When you got a praying partner, oh, that's right, see, the world be seeking, oh, who the finest, oh, who the and it comes with such short satisfaction. It comes very temporary satisfaction. Like, it's fun and it's cute and it's all good, because people want that chemistry and they want that fire and they want that da da da, until it's not no more, until it's affecting your future, until it's affecting your mental health, until it's affecting things around you, and you just question it, and then the devil is the author of confusion. No, you confused all the time. Now you don't know your left from your right, all because you rather had the surface level things. Like, it's nice. Like, not saying God can't bring you somebody that you're attracted to and somebody that you admire, all those things, or that has the material things, but it's not all about that. Now, a lot of people are like, in this generation, are stuck on the surface level things, like, oh, if you don't have this, then you're not da da da. If you don't have that, or if you don't look like this, or if you don't walk like that, or if you don't talk like that. So I feel like that can be very blinding when you're too worldly. I feel like it's great to have a balance. Like, yes, you're living in the world, but you're not of the world. So you have to have that balance of like, okay, yes, I'm living in this world, but I'm still a spiritual being. Like, a lot of us be walking around calling ourselves human beings, baby. Like, this body is temporary, baby. We're spiritual, because once we die off, we see death every day. So we know eventually this meat flesh gonna go. We know that for a fact. Even if we choose to be delulu about our own death, like, oh, it ain't gonna never happen to me. Like, okay, until that day comes, hopefully you're prepared, because a lot of people die unprepared. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely pray that everybody is out there just trying their best, because it's never about perfection. You don't have to walk no perfect walk to walk with God. If Jesus died for you on the cross as the mess you were, then he's willing to, accept you for what you are in this moment. It's just all about what you're striving to be. You're never going to be perfect, baby. And that's okay. None of us are perfect, but just having that desire for Jesus, having the desire for God, having the desire to want to better yourself, having the desire to want more, but in the most humbling way. It's not, oh, I just got to get to the top because I just need the money and the validation, and I just need the friends and all the fakeness that comes with it. Because we even seen from celebrities like Pop Smoke, you can blow up. It's like as soon as his career started, he died. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was watching something earlier, and a lady was talking about a situation that she heard about a man. She was some situation where a man was asked if he was to receive $10 million, would he be satisfied? And he was like, oh yeah, run that 10 mil, like, I want that 10 mil. And they was like, okay, so what if you received the 10 mil today and you die tomorrow? Would you still want it? And the person was like, well, no, at that point, like, what I'm gonna do with this 10 mil if I die tomorrow? That's my point. We always striving for money, striving for the next success. But what if a lot of times people make it and then that's it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you make it and then you could be gone just as fast, or like you don't get to even enjoy the fullness of the riches and the success and the whatever else that you was striving for without God. versus having the Lord on your side, baby, I can go any moment, because guess what? I know where I'm going, baby. I'm going right upstairs, honey. Like, because I know in this earth I wasn't perfect, but I did my very best to please God. Like, and that's all that he wants. Like, he loves us, no matter how imperfect we are, no matter how many mistakes we made, and all of those things. Like, as long as we walk in forgiveness, and we just don't walk around with such an ugliness with us, and we just have pure intentions with people, and just work on bettering your relationship with God every single day, and bettering your walk every single day. You don't got to be perfect, baby, because you never will be. So what's the point of trying to be perfect? Just try to be better. Better is the goal, not perfect. So that's really my word for the day. I had to, give to you guys. I really, really appreciate everyone who stayed throughout this whole 20-minute video. And I pray that, you guys walk into your day, or finish your day with, just such an abundant mindset, and, remove the lack and the limitations, and, whatever circumstances may be defeating you or keeping you in that overthinking mindset. I pray that you speak against it, because you have that power. Just like you talk back to the little internet trolls, talk back to the internal trolls, because they do exist. Okay, with that being said, love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see y'all later, beauties. Peace.
Am I really that much handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.